welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shani, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda. Oh, Shani, you're muted.
And I'm muted.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This is season 8, episode 2.
Crazy.
Hooray!
Hooray. So we just recorded a patron bonus episode, which hopefully will be out by the time this is out. And hopefully I have everything done on time this week. I just had, honestly, last week the episode was so late. It came out on Monday instead of Friday because I had one of those just times where I couldn't focus. I couldn't concentrate. I would start it. I would stop it. I would get distracted. I would look at my phone. I would do something else. And then, yeah, I'm so sorry. That was my bad. I just had one of those couldn't concentrate weeks.
It was a Monday gift.
Yeah. So I do apologize. That was on me. I will be editing this in Marco Island in an apartment probably by myself. So I won't have any excuses because there's also I think they just have cable and nothing else. And I don't know what's on cable, so I'm not going to watch TV. Jay won't be there until Saturday. So you should be hearing this on time. And if not, I'm sorry again.
Just don't forget your luggage.
Just don't forget your luggage.
Yes, that is a story from the bonus episode we recorded, which if you are a patron, you should listen. If you're not a patron, you should become a patron because we also may have heard something get murdered. I recorded it from my deck, and we might have heard an animal get murdered from the woods behind my house. It was very loud.
It was very loud.
Yeah, it was something. It was a thing. But yeah, here we are. So next week is the week of July 4th. So we will not be recording on July 4th. And there will not be an episode on July 7th that comes out. And then on July 11th, we will be recording our next themed episode, which will be My Cousin Vinny and Legally Blonde. And I am so excited to talk about these movies.
It's going to be great.
It's going
to be great. Mindy Kaling put an Instagram post up within the last few days of her recreating the pool scene from Legally Blonde. And I was like, yes, this is a sign. So, yeah. How are you guys doing? How was your week? Any fun plans for the holiday week?
We are going to Maine.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, what are you doing in Maine?
We're doing a little New England tour. Some friends live up there, but they're planning to hopefully relocate. So it's sort of like a now or never sort of visit. We decided to drive because airfare is like shockingly expensive. So we're going to drive.
Yeah.
We built in extra days on either side to break up the trip. So we'll drive
fun.
To Connecticut. We'll stay over there for a night. And then on the way back, we're going to stop over in Boston and visit my brother and sister-in-law in their new place. They just
nice.
They just bought a condo. So it'll be our first time.
Nice.
So, and it's sort of like when else will we be going through Boston? So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a whirlwind New England adventure.
Fun.
Excellent.
Yay for a good road trip.
Nice.
I don't really have any plans for this weekend, but I did want to give a shout out to Darren, Paul's little brother, who has written in questions to the show, but like way back in the day, one of the OGs. He got married this past weekend, and I wasn't able to go because I didn't have the vacation time, and also because airfare is insane right now.
Very expensive.
But so congratulations, Darren.
Yay! Congrats!
Congratulations.
Yeah.
We're going to Marco Island for the week. My parents' 40th wedding anniversary.
Nice.
I think I told you guys this story. Oh my God, it was so funny. So we went out to dinner or like a late lunch. It was like a 3:00 dinner on Father's Day. And it was like I was sitting next to my aunt's partner, Jill. At the end of dinner, Jay came down because he was sitting at the opposite end of the table with the kids. And they came down to talk to me. And we were telling something with, it was so funny. We were telling Zach that he was born under a honeymoon, like the moon was like one of the honeymoons, and Jill just goes 2 glasses of wine in. She's like, "That's so funny because your parents conceived you on their honeymoon. And Zach was born under a honeymoon. And Jay and I both went without planning it, allegedly, like joking, like, gut, allegedly. My mom snapped her head up and was like, "What do you mean, allegedly?"
Okay, I have to say that when you said
So
it was
funny.
when you initially said it was your parents' 40th, I had this like, a millisecond thought, which was, oh wow, your parents were like married a long time before they had kids. And then a millisecond later, like, oh, we're all 39. So actually, no.
Yeah.
I like forgot for a second that we're almost 40.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we're not all 39 yet.
That's true. Sorry, my bad. Almost.
Record will be Amanda's last time recording as a 39-year-old.
Indeed.
38 before I turned 39.
I'm trying to age you so badly.
I clearly step off it. I drink too much water to be confused with being older than I am.
Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah. Good times. Anyway, if you're listening, Mother, we were just kidding. And it was really funny. Anyway, anybody do any fun this last week?
Well, that's a patron only answer.
Ooh, she went there, boys and girls.
Yeah, just a little plug.
That's so funny. Sorry, I don't know what's so funny. Be a patron, patreon.com/JayandJack. I did a fun thing this past week. Jay and I did a murder mystery dinner.
Wait, you're going to want to stop because your microphone keeps cutting in and out.
That's what
Okay.
It's like, I don't know if it's just me, but the sound's a little bit weird.
Okay, one moment, please. Let me check the settings.
Well, apologies for the first few minutes of this podcast. I've just been informed that I was using the wrong microphone, and I am glad. So sorry about that, everybody. So what I was starting to say, and if you made it this far, thank you. Hello and welcome to the broadcast with Amanda, Shandy, and Colleen. So Jay and I did this murder mystery dinner this past week. It was super fun. So one of our friends, I guess our friends, Edward and Ashley, they had done one last fall, and they had told us and another friend, Sarah and TJ, who Amanda and I went to college with.
Yes.
They had told us oh, we got to do this one of these days. This was back in October or November. Oh, October. It was back in October. So yeah, back in October, we got to do this. So the men finally put this together. TJ, Edward, JJ, and mainly Edward though. And we ended up going this past Friday night. It was so much fun. Because you're there with people. Nobody knows if you're an actor or if you're a guest there. So you can let your fucking freak flag fly, because they could think that you're just being a weirdo because you are an actor. That's part of the thing. It was great. It was so much fun. And at the end of the night, we did not win. We got 2 out of the 3 things right. So there were 3 incidents you had to solve. And we actually, our table accused. So there was this dude that was there that looked suspicious, sus, as the kids say, from the beginning. He was dressed really nice and a vest and an evening jacket and just looked kind of he was there in character. His wife shows up 20-30 minutes late. She's not there in the beginning. And we're that guy's suspicious. And he's everywhere. He's up at the clues table. He's talking to people. He's at the bar. He was literally everywhere. And we're that guy's got to be a part of it. His wife got there late, and then when it was time to do the one last mingle before you have to do your thing, he had 2 cell phones up, and one cell phone had a phone number, a text message or whatever, or no, phone number, text messages, whatever. The phone number was broad as day. So one of the dudes at our table So everybody that was there knew Edward and Ashley. So we didn't know them, but like we got to know them. But like he calls the number and it belongs to somebody at a different table who we had all pretty much determined was an actor there. I mean, she was wearing fucking character shoes. There was no way she wasn't a part of it. So like she was very obviously a part of it, and everybody guessed her. Like there was not one table that guessed her part wrong. So we were like, oh shit, this guy knows. He knows. His name was Bill. Bill knows that chick. Like they're in it. They're having an affair, and his wife did it because his wife, found out about the affair. So we accuse this woman, Amy, who shows up late. Her husband has 2 cell phones, one of which is calling the woman Natalie, who we all know is a part of it. So we're like, okay, Amy attempted to kill blah 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 because they were having an affair, and we were so wrong. Amy. So okay, the other thing was Bill said it was his birthday, so we all had to go around and sing happy birthday to the 3 happy birthday people that were there, and Bill said it was his. And then when we got to Bill's table, or at the end, he was like, by the way, it's not really my birthday. It's my 20th wedding anniversary. So you're like, okay, that's even more suspicious. Like he faked the birthday to get happy birthday songs. Anyway, long story short, Bill was just a regular person. Amy was a regular person. We accused him of having an affair with the actress. And of his very normal person wife of doing it. And it turns out that so the actors there were networking. Like one of the women who was an actor was giving out business cards she was a real estate agent. And she was, because we looked up her LinkedIn, she was an actual real estate agent. She was actually literally just networking.
Wow.
And turns out this Natalie woman was part of a book club that she had actually just talked to Bill about and gave the phone number to text him the information about the book club.
Wow.
Because we asked after. We were like, but why did you have her number on your second phone? And they were like, no, we swear. And the wife was like, no, it's just a book club. Like, that's all it is.
Sometimes it's just a book club.
Sometimes a book club is just a book club. Anyway, it was very, very fun. If you have the opportunity to do one in your area, I definitely recommend it. It was really fun.
It does sound super fun.
Yeah. So, that was my big thing of the week. I did something, and it was fun. I also went geocaching in Virginia for 12 hours. No, I'm sorry. We left at 9, and I got home at 11:30. So,
damn,
14 and a half hours on Saturday.
Nice.
It was very fun. I did the Shangri-La thing, Shandy.
Oh, nice.
In the pitch black. So there's a Shangri-La in North Carolina. It's like an hour north of me. And the whole thing is this guy was a tobacco farmer. He retires at like 75, 76, builds on his property a stone village that he calls Shangri-La. And it's like, think like a model village or like a dollhouse kind of village, but like out of stone with like people in it and stuff. He like incorporates.
They're miniature. They're not full size.
They're miniature. He incorporates this village. It's all on his property, but he dies before he can finish it. But it's like a landmark. And we went in the dark, so I'd still want to go back and see it in the light. But it's super, super cool. It's right off the side of the highway. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. Anybody else do anything fun?
No.
Cool. Listen to the other thing that we did.
The bonus episode.
The bonus
Become
show.
a patron.
Become a patron. Listen to the bonus show for more. Like Amanda's story of what happened to her this week.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like fighting the world's worst sneeze that just won't sneeze.
That's okay. You have a lot of pressure built up. Let the sneeze out.
I'm trying. It's not for lack of trying. That's why I keep muting myself. I'm like, this is it. It's happening.
Let the sneeze out. Let the sneeze out.
It's not like I'm trying to stifle the sneeze. I'm actively willing it to.
I understand. You know,
it's just not.
Sometimes I have really terrible headaches or stomach aches, and sneezing cures it.
Yeah.
Even headaches.
Good.
Yeah. Ooh, there she goes. Ooh.
No, that was just a cough.
Darn.
Yeah, sorry.
Darn.
That was just a cough. Little summer cold.
Jay and I have one episode left with Schmigadoon.
Ooh.
If
it
we
wraps
finish
up too fast. I feel like I could have done like a good 8 10 episodes, like the fact that they only had 6,
Yeah.
I feel cheated. I mean, they
I
still
know.
like they land the plane, like I'm here for it. They can do no wrong in my eyes. Well, okay, that's not true. But I could have kept going with the story. I think they could have done more.
Yes. Well, I don't know, because we have only one episode left. If we finish this within the next 45 minutes or half an hour, which we could, hopefully we'll watch it. If not, we'll watch it tomorrow. But super excited. I am digging it so far. It's very fun. I love. Well, I'll talk about it when we're done. I'll talk about it. When I'm finished, because I will give you all an opportunity over the next 2 weeks to go out and watch it. So that way we can talk about it maybe.
Oh,
it's very fun though.
Oh, so good.
I doubt that I'll watch it, but you guys feel free to talk about it without me.
Thank you.
I will not.
Anybody listening to this out.
Okay.
I do think that it's funny, Amanda, and anybody who this isn't very spoilery, but I like how it's like Chicago and Fosse dark, and then like with a side of hair.
Yeah, because it's like you had to work in like Hair and Godspell and like that whole vein of like 70s musicals, like and late 60s musicals, like they fit in the genre.
They're like here's a little bit of Sweeney Todd and a little bit of Free Love.
But it still somehow works. Like I love how they're just like playing with the
it does super
time of like and then you'll start to see like there's a little bit of like some like 60s vibes, like there's you know, a little bit of like promises and like that sort of era of musical, like, and then it sort of starts to, as it did with the first season, so I won't, this is not spoilery because I will be very vague, but then it starts to like peek into like the next era of musicals a little bit in the last episode. It sort of foreshadows a little where you could take it, and it's just, this is my favorite era of like musical theater, so I just like gobbled it up. Just love it.
Yes, so I reserve the right to talk about this in 2 weeks if anybody is interested.
Oh my God!
If you're not interested in it, comment now. But yeah, it's I mean, they're just it's a fun premise anyway, and everybody in the cast is involved in the joke.
Yep, leading Titus is just like my favorite. Perfect.
Oh my God!
Perfect addition. Perfectly cast.
Perfect. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything, I say we move into the second section of the show.
Sounds good.
All right. So you ladies don't know this, but Dennis had sent me something. This isn't so much a discussion thing as it is like a story that kind of relates to stuff that we have talked about before.
Okay.
And there's a video that accompanies this, which I did watch before we recorded. It's very, very cool. But the story is called The Chicken Runs at Midnight. Okay, so here we go. Bear with me. In early 1992, Rich Donnelly was hired by Pittsburgh Pirates manager Jim Leyland to be his third base coach. Before the season started, however, Donnelly had to hurry home to Texas after a call from his 17-year-old daughter, Amy, telling him that she had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Even though the doctors told them she might only have 9 months to live, Amy insisted he return to Pittsburgh for the season while she went under chemotherapy, and he relented. In October, the Pirates were facing the Atlanta Braves in the National League Championship Series. So that's the series before you go to the World Series. Whoever wins goes to the World Series. And Donnelly flew Amy, her two brothers, Tim and Mike, and Amy's best friend to Pittsburgh for Game 5. The girls joked about Donnelly's habit of cupping his hands around his mouth and shouting to players whenever one reached second base. Was he ordering Chinese or ordering a pizza? They jokingly wondered. After the game, Amy puts her arm around her father and asks what he was yelling. Is it the chicken runs at midnight or what? She says. They all laugh at that and it became a family motto for the playoffs. In the series, there's a lot. They go in the video, they go into a lot of like the chicken runs at midnight stuff. The kids fly home and the series goes to a 7th game in Atlanta. A few hours before the deciding game begins, Amy calls the clubhouse and someone runs down a note to Donnelly on the field. Dear Dad, the chicken runs at midnight. Love, Amy. Pirates second baseman Chico Lind reads the note over Donnelly's shoulder and says, What's this? Rich simply replies, The The chicken runs at midnight, man. The players are introduced individually on national TV, and when Chino Lin runs out to greet his teammates, he says, "The chicken runs at midnight, man. The chicken runs at midnight." That clip is also in the video. And the whole nation hears it, including the Donnelly family in Texas. Amy says it makes her feel like she's right there with her dad. Fast forward to the bottom of the ninth. Rich and the Pirates are leading 2-1 and only need one more out to win a spot in the World Series, but the Braves have men on second and third. Francisco Cabrera singles to left field, driving in 2 runs, and the Braves win, sending the Pirates home until next season. Rich Donnelly is devastated that he won't be taking Amy to the World Series. In the following months, even though no one really knew what it meant, the chicken runs at midnight remains an often used family catchphrase. Amy passes away in late January 1993. 4 years go by, and Jim Leyland moves on to lead the Florida Marlins and brings Rich Donnelly along to coach third base. Rich's sons, Tim and Mike, spend time as bat boys. Before the trade deadline, the Marlins pick up a rookie second baseman named Craig Counsell. Craig had skinny legs and the habit, which I guess is a way of running. The habit called a chicken wing that some players have at the plate, nervously flapping their elbow while awaiting a pitch. He quickly earns the name of the Chicken Man. Donnelly, Leyland, and the Marlins make it to the World Series that first year in Florida. The series stretches to a 7th and deciding game, and then into extra innings. It's the bottom of the 11th, and Craig Counsell, the Chicken Man, represents the winning run at third base. Edgar Renterari, he provided pronunciation, steps up to the plate and hits a line drive off the pitcher's glove into center field, driving Counsell home to win the World Series. The Marlins go crazy. Donnelly looks around for his bat boy son, Tim, to hug. He finally spots him, but his face is red and he's screaming something to his father. Dad, look at the clock. Rich Donnelly looks at the scoreboard and nearly collapses. It's just a few minutes after midnight. Craig Counsell, the Chicken Man, had come up to bat at 11:59 p.m. and scored the winning run at 12:06 a.m. The chicken ran at midnight.
Oh,
Whoa.
I love that.
It's cool to read it, but it's a 9-minute video. I will post it in the show notes and in the Facebook group. It's definitely worth your time. It's really, really cool. Just the emotion in the video, and like to hear the son who's like grown up be like, he sees the guy run home and all he can think about is like, the chicken scored. And then like he looks at the clock and he's like, holy shit, it's midnight. So
Gosh.
like just
Yeah.
it's a very cool story. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dennis. I don't know if I would have known that otherwise. So thank you so much. And I believe Dennis had sent me a follow-up email where he said that they were playing the Cleveland Indians in the World Series, and he actually went to confirm the story, like to fact check it. And the 11th inning actually does start the clock when it's at 12:01 because the game day was the Cleveland Indians manager's birthday. So they wanted to show that like the birthday was over. So like if he lost, he didn't lose on his birthday or whatever. So like it's verified that it actually did happen.
Wow.
I thought that was super cool.
I didn't know there was a separate coach just for third base, so I would have never known this story, but I do.
Yeah, they have first base coaches, third base coaches. Like
So there's like a lot of coaches.
Yeah, because they're like, run, stop, keep going,
Like moral support on the journey home.
Oh, I thought they kind of made those decisions themselves. Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Players don't make those
anything about
decisions.
baseball,
Like, I mean, they can, but they have coaches that tell them like it's safe to run because they're watching the rest of the field for you. Because you're running from like first to third, let's say. You don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And you shouldn't be. You should be focused on getting there fast.
Exactly.
Cool.
So cool.
Good story.
Oh,
yeah, that was a great story. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love that.
Toodles.
That is a super the universe story.
Yeah.
And I am here for it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. We can do some feedback. I had something else that was also quick. If the feedback goes fast, maybe we can do it. If not, we will save it for our next episode. It's fun. It's about stuff that we like. But if not, let's yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. Here we go. All right. We are back. We're going to get some feedback. We don't have a super lot of it today, but the first one is actually from Dennis. So, cool. And this is 40 creative ways businesses signaled their customers which bathrooms are for sitting or standing.
And just like a note, it's not really 40 creative ways. It's more like 40 sexist ways that play into gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think that's why Dennis sent this to us, because he knew that it would enrage us. They're pretty terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good.
Like there's one, for example, the second one.
Yes, go for it.
It's
Share
it's
away.
Like, okay. It's like a just like a very simple drawing of a person, and there's a thought bubble, and on the men's the thought bubble is thinking about football, and on the women's the thought bubble is thinking about shopping.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's, for example, and this one it took me a second to figure out, and then I was like, oh, the stereotype. Okay, that one's that. One door says blah, and the other is covered in blah, 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 blah. At first I was like, which one do I go? Oh, that's because women be talking.
Women talk.
Women be shopping and women be talking.
Yeah.
A lot of things where there's like, men are this way, women, children, child changing stations this way, because men can't.
I mean, I feel bad because I do enjoy both things, but also not all women.
Right.
Yeah.
Men is like a football player. Woman is a cheerleader.
Oh, the one below it's really bad.
Yep.
Which one? The one with
epic
men
shit.
one?
Do epic shit, ladies smile. You're losing weight, and it's a blue door and a pink door.
Ooh, where's that from?
It's a lot of like variations of the theme of like men do, women.
Yeah.
Skirts versus pants, which is like, I mean, I wear both, but like also I do wear pants. Angels.
Well, I think the one with men one way, women and children the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
only women can. Yeah, exactly. There's one that confused me. It's shapely buns, and the other one is manly buns. This is BUNZ, but like we're talking about the derriere.
Yeah,
like men, like men's asses are attractive to people who are attracted to men.
Yeah,
right.
But, like, that's weird.
But you can recognize a good ass no matter what you're attracted to.
That's fair.
I look at women and I'm like, ooh, I wish I had her ass. That's a nice ass.
Mm-hmm.
Accurate.
This one that's like men to the left because women are always right, which is just like, I fucking hate that kind of shit. That's like, you think that you're giving me a compliment, but you're actually not. Like, you're actually putting me down at the same time. Yeah. Lots of stuff. Nuts or no nuts. What else? Oh, this like super creepy one that has like your stereotypical illustration of a woman. The one that we use a lot in public restrooms for a woman. And then
yes.
There's on the other side is the man, but he's like looking over the stall.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one yet. Gross.
If you go down, it's Peep Tom Peep.
Yeah,
it's really fucking crazy, actually.
Yeah, that's just like real gross. So when I was looking through this, some that you really can't understand, like this women, and then there's all of these like butterflies underneath it, and then the men one has a bunch of like insects. Just like,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess like only women, because butterflies are beautiful. Like what? What are we doing?
Yeah, that
here?
one's really
Gender
weird
stereotypes
too.
are fucking weird.
Also, the one with the Z's and the V's and the peeing and the pooping and the
oh no,
because they make it look like butts, and it's like I realize like this. We'll put this in the show notes too, but like it's real weird because it looks like a lady is sitting and like pooping, And like a man is squatting and pooping the other way, but like men and women poop the same. And I realize it's supposed to be
Right?
it's supposed to be
Like,
pee.
Yeah.
They're both having a lot of gastrointestinal distress.
Right.
Does not look good.
In another variation on men do and women do not, a man is playing a guitar and a woman has headphones on and is like listening to music. It's like, great. Good
See,
show.
now maybe that is a very, very inside baseball of like, you know, women don't disturb me while I'm wearing headphones. Man, you're being annoying.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah. No, just
because
very,
the
very
kid
weird.
changing station is a keyboard.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very strange. I will say, you know, looking through this reminded me of, I was like, oh, there was one time like that. I remember I went into this like restaurant. I was appalled by the bathroom. I like did a whole video on it. Video. When I say video, it was like on Instagram or something. And the reason I was like, why the fuck was I in the men's bathroom? I think it's because sometimes when I'm feeling a little saucy, if there's like a line on the women's bathrooms, I'll just like go into the men's, because also there should be more stalls in women's bathrooms.
Yeah.
Always. As a default, or just have genderless bathrooms. What the fuck
When
ever.
we were in Miami, there was a bathroom. Our friend Julia, she has never been afraid to go into a men's room when she's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like never. And yeah, there were two stalls, two rooms. One was marked men, one was marked women. They could have just been marked like for anybody, because
Was it a onesie?
Yeah, it was a onesie.
That's the fucking worst.
And Julia just was like, yeah, and like, you know, there was somebody else had gone into the women's labeled room, and Julia was just like, are there any men behind me? No, I'm going in the men's room.
And you know what? If there are, they should learn to wait in the line for the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I saw at this place, I saw both restrooms. And in the women's, it was just like normal, like, I don't know, flowers or whatever, like vegetation, like was the decor. In the men's, it was pinup girls. It was like, wow. Like, who thought this up and like ran it by everyone in the restaurant? And it was like, and nobody was like, well, wait a second, maybe.
It's like, this makes me feel a little icky.
Yeah. So fucking weird. Anyway, that wasn't a sign to get into the bathroom, but it was very much along the same lines of many of these designs.
Yeah. I like this one. I found it the worst way possible to gender bathrooms. And for women, it's eggs and peaches. And for men, it's sausage and bananas.
Yeah.
Like, who even, like, that is like a second grade way to describe bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like, you should be embarrassed. Like, grow up.
You should.
That is something children do. The end.
The end.
Just terrible.
Anyway, thank you for sharing that, Dennis. I will put this in the show notes because it truly is that ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Okay, so there's not too much else. There's only a couple of good things here, but there was a BuzzFeed thing from today that was titled "Women are revealing the dumbest thing that has ever been mansplained to them." For example, I sent an ex to the store to buy me tampons. I sent him a photo of the exact ones I needed. He did not buy the right ones, but said it was okay because, quote, all tampons are the same and do the exact same thing. And she said, for context, I wanted him to buy Kotex Click Regular, and he got me the OB Applicator Free Super Plus.
Oh.
So he just went super cheapo on it, too.
Yeah. Just sort of walked down the aisle with like his hand over his eyes and just like, oh, this is okay, great. Let me get out of here.
Right? Like, tell me you're insecure with who you are without telling me you're insecure with who you are. That you can't even buy. Like, are you scared that people are going to think it's for you? Like, shut up.
Right.
Who cares?
Just man up and
Get
look at the shopping list and buy what you were asked to buy.
Exactly.
Like, it's really not the thing.
Exactly. Another one was, one time I commented that a particular movie was terrible because the female lead was really dumb and made bad decisions. Some dude replied, it's not bad writing. You just don't understand female psychology.
Oh,
Said that to a woman. And then he proceeded to explain why the behavior was normal or common or whatever. The movie was My Father the Hero for the Curious. The lead was a teenage girl who lied and said her father was her lover because she was interested in another older man. And she thought it would make her seem sophisticated. Yeah, it was that terrible.
Oh, gosh.
Another one said, and this is, quote, maybe you don't know what good sex is, unquote. And she responded, well, I know what it isn't. Yeah, and then one more before we move on. This guy tried to tell me that all women lactate when they're near a baby. I said, that's not true. He then began to explain to me how I don't understand biology. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So embarrassing. I can save some of these for a later date, but I will finish with this one. I lied. I was once mansplained as to what mansplaining is. All right, stay tuned for the next part of that one on another episode of the broadcast with Amanda, Shani, and Colleen. There's a whole bunch more. All right, but for now, we will move on to an email from Andy. This week in Andy's Shit Show.
Yeah, new title change. Foreshadowing. I hope not. Hey, broads. Well, this past week has been a real roller coaster at work. My coworker got fired today. Wait, the sleeping
Wait,
one?
the heart attack guy?
Which one? Okay, let's keep reading and see if we get some clarity on our burning
so
questions.
she, the old
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah. Ooh. I've been a wreck about it for a few days as HR did their due diligence. She's been gossiping about coworkers and even tried to rope me in on it, and then became defensive and passive-aggressive when called out about it.
Wow, the one that took naps?
I know that's. I
No, she was my hero for a
I know.
while.
What a fucking way to go out!
Damn.
Girl, you were sleeping on the job, and that didn't get you fired.
No, it was the gossiping apparently.
God damn, sleeping and gossiping. Wow, what a dream.
When did she get any work done?
She didn't.
Yeah, hence why she was fired. While it was the only way for it to go down, I still feel bad for her. Because you're a nice person, Andy.
I know, and she's an old lady, and she probably has to work past retirement because she lives in the United States, and we don't have a good
America. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be random if this was a totally different coworker that we haven't heard about?
I know, right?
It's 26 years old, didn't know what.
It's not really an office. He's just Andy's just pitching us the next great workplace comedy. I get the impression that she is probably very lonely and needs to lie about herself and cause chaos to get attention. Oh, just gets more and more sad. Needless to say, this is not a person I want to be alone in a room with ever again, much less for 8 hours a day.
Yikes.
Oh my.
What if she's sleeping for most of it?
What do you do, Andy?
Also, if you're alone in a room together with a coworker who is sleeping, that's awkward.
I don't know. I feel like that would be the same as sleeping children rule. Just be as quiet as possible and wait a long time.
I suppose so. Maybe I'm thinking too much into this. I don't want to get too much into all the details because I'm not sure if this is the end of this. I don't know. Being fired feels pretty final, but I don't know. Who knows? She tried to contact me on Facebook, but I declined and blocked her without sending any message back. I told my supervisor about this. I really hope this is the end. Thankfully, my work and everybody else are on my side, and maybe my anxiety and depression are just getting the best of me. It also could be my experiences getting picked on got triggered by being around her, and that's why I've been very depressed and anxious.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's astute of you to be able to, connect that maybe is what's happening, to take that step back. However, as much as this ordeal has been tough for me, I stood up to someone who I know is a bully, which I don't know I would have been able to do not too long ago.
Nice.
Silver lining like that. God, I wish her biggest issue was falling
it was
asleep.
the old lady.
Okay. I believe the final count was 47. Fell asleep 47 times on the job. Oh, jeez.
Damn.
That is truly legendary, though. Like, she's a
Seriously.
hashtag legend.
Yeah, it's a lot of times to not get caught. Hell, I'd take that guy who was incompetent but harmless. Anyway, that's really all that's been running through my mind the past week. I can see why. Hopefully, that's all I'll ever hear from her, and I can move on and, yes, continue looking for another job. Hashtag I'm with hers, Andy. Holy moly.
Holy
Damn.
moly. I want to be friends with her on Facebook, though. Can I be friends with her?
Just a lurk.
Do we have to solidarity block her as well?
Right.
Thing is, she doesn't even know you, but I'm sure if you added her, it sounds like she would probably accept because she's lonely.
Yeah.
Doesn't excuse the bad behavior.
No, does not, but
also, I don't know. She's still a badass in a way.
Yeah. 47 times. 47 times.
Crazy. I could never, ever in my wildest dreams.
I can't think of anything I've done at work 47 times that's not part of my job description.
Right? Oh my god. Amazing. Okay. Thank you for that update, Andy. I cannot wait to find out what happens next. Like, this is very entertaining.
Yeah.
If she wants to like intern for us, like we need we need to start doing like transcript stuff because there's a thing to upload that when I post it. If she wants to like transcribe our episodes, like you know, she's a good typer. She can do it without falling asleep.
You'd have to give her a long time to do it because you'd have to build in nap time.
That's true. That's true. But we could still do it. When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
that's what my mom always says.
I'm not sure there is a will though.
I know.
Way, but probably. Oh dear.
Okay, fine. There's no way. You're right. All right. Thank you, Mandy. Good times, Lordy. Speaking of Lordy, you guys heard the Donald Trump tapes, right?
No.
Which ones?
I am blissfully
feel like I'm missing
blind
something.
on,
And then,
The one in which he literally admits to criming.
No.
I mean, I thought that I was aware of this, but I feel like this is
Okay,
gonna be
so
another one.
the transcript had been out, but somebody got a hold of the evidence. I haven't been online today. This happened yesterday to find out if there had been more, like who leaked it because it was like confidential like evidence. So somebody leaked it, but like no, they played the tapes on CNN last night. Jake Tapper played them. No, I'm sorry. Anderson Cooper played them. Rachel Maddow played them. It is fucking wild. He is literally like blaming it on who was his last Secretary of State? Was it Milley? No.
Oh gosh, who can keep track?
But he was just like, this is all him. He wanted me to attack Iran. He had these plans. Like you could hear papers rustling. He's like, take a look at this. And he's talking to like a writer who's there that's recording it, and a fucking like waitress or somebody who works like a worker at Mar-a-Lago, and they're like, like Hillary would have done this, blah blah blah. And he was like, yeah. And then like he's literally like, these are top secret. I could have declassified them, but I can't anymore. Like he says it on tape. It's on tape. It's literally it's on tape. I can't even understand how this is on tape.
I mean, I hope that'll make a difference.
He would admit to it. I don't think it was a surprise. I believe he.
Because I grabbed them by the pussy was not a deal.
Right, exactly. Like
it's like it's truly a glimpse into the psyche of like super rich people. Like
yeah.
Whenever somebody says like there's a justice system, I'm like, yeah, but not for rich people. Because look at Donald Trump. He literally says the quiet part out loud and crimes on tape and nobody cares. And you're like, well, we shouldn't have regulation because corporations will always do what's right. And I'm like, yeah, except that one corporation built a submarine.
Will never do what's right.
Yeah.
No, they only want to do what's like for profit. Like they literally built a submarine to go to the bottom of the ocean to look at the Titanic, but they couldn't even do safety regulation to protect themselves, the fucking people who were on it. It is nuts.
Yeah.
The CEO of that company was going on the submarine, and they still fucking were like, we're gonna just, we're gonna be bragged about. Not.
I got this controller from an Xbox, and I figured it could get me to the bottom of the ocean.
And but they used parts that were not even like.
It's a real bargain. It's a real bargain.
It's crazy to me. I'm like, no, rich people
Rich people gonna
corporations
rich
are
people.
They're not gonna do what's right, even if it means
No,
saving their own
never.
lives. They just want to make money. It's so
Yep.
stupid. It's so dumb. Okay, whatever. We need to move on. Let's finish up with the That's What She Said. Woo!
All right.
I'll start.
Reverse order?
And then you go second.
Okay.
Shandy did a trick. We were all like, woo! This is pretty cool.
I think we have until July 12th to do it.
Now the trifecta will be all three, one space, in time, in the flesh, together.
He's like, ugh, I'm almost done. And I'm like, why are you bothering then? No, I'm just kidding.
I imagine the giant size would be extra fun.
You have to do it weekly.
Take a break, meditate a little, and come back.
Go ahead, do it.
I put it on because I thought you guys could use a warm-up.
I literally motioned to keep going. You got it.
Maybe I'll stick it in right here.
Maybe you should.
Maybe. All right, ladies and listeners, thank you all. On that note, thanks for listening. We will see you in 2 weeks when we talk about My Cousin Vinny and Legally Blonde. Very excited for this. I don't know how many times I can say this. Super stoked. But thanks for listening, though. If you'd like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/JanJack. We did just have a freaking wild episode in which when I say
Wild life. There was wild life.
We had a wildlife episode. I'm very excited. When we're done with this, I'm gonna go back and rewatch that point in the video because I was very terrified to be outside in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know if something's coming on the deck to get me. Like, I look juicy and tasty. I don't know.
I mean, I'd probably take a bite, but you know.
Yeah. I'm sitting out here in a sports bra, so I'm not very furry, but I don't know. Flesh is flesh, I guess.
Makes you easier to eat.
Yeah, easier to eat, my dear. But yes, so everybody have a great next week off. Please give us your feedback for the My Cousin Vinny and Legally Blonde. I am very excited to talk about these, and I really want. Come on, guys, look, feel my excitement through your earbuds. Like, feel my excitement. Let's do the thing. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Give us the feedback. I want it. I want it so much. Also, go watch Schminkadoon because that's what I'm going to do now that we're done.
So
okay,
I can't talk about it. Like, oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, it might be like a little thing that we add in next week if I have.
Oh, and can we talk about Succession too, Shanny? Have you finished Succession?
Not yet. We're kind of slow burning the end.
That's fair. I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
But maybe by the 11th. I mean, but we'll also already be talking about. So maybe time after. Yeah.
I'm patient. That might be too much excitement for one episode for me.
Okay.
We can hold
the week after.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Well, on that note, everybody, have a great week. Thanks for listening. If you have any feedback, send us an email at thebroadcasters3@gmail.com or give us a call 331-276-2373. Again, sorry last week's episode was late. Just one of those, everybody has those mental weeks where you just can't focus. So sorry about that. Hope you do have gone back and re-listened, though. It was a very fun one. Wanky Bankies, Tutti Fruities, all the things.
Booties.
Tootie Booties. Booty Tooties.
Booty Tooties.
Looky Bookies. All right. If you thanks to the patrons that contribute a certain level, that be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanna with a New Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. We appreciate it. And we will see you next in 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know how many times I can say that. Let's just close this show. All right. On that note, my name is Colleen.
My name is Amanda.
And I'm Shandy.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.